Hello once again, welcome to the program. I'm Charles Aitib. Now, the total amount of funds moved onto the mobile money platforms in the country as of the end of August this year has recorded some significant increase. This is if you compare the value of transactions recorded in the same period for last year. But what are the factors driving this growth and how will it impact on the country's quest to go cashless? George Rafi has more in this report.
According to the Bank of Ghana data, the 56.6 billion Ghana cedis realized at the end of August this year represents more than a 100% jump from August last year. Also, in terms of the mobile money account held with commercial banks for the first 8 months of this year, it stood at 5.6 billion Ghana cedis, representing another huge jump. Active mobile money accounts were pegged at 15.9 million, while active mobile money agents for the first 8 months of this year stand at 280,000. In terms of mobile money interoperability, total value jumped from 68 million Ghana cedis in August 2019 to 685 million Ghana cedis in August this year. For some, the growth in terms of monetary value across all these platforms may give credence to the growing confidence in these payment systems. Others also argue that the various telecom providers, as well as the Bank of Ghana and the Ghana Interbank Payment and Settlement Systems, have provided the required platforms aimed at supporting these transactions. It has been argued that these are the ingredients needed to support the planned move towards a cashless society from next year, which government might be taking the lead as it plans to accept payment for transactions through cashless means. But the question is, are you ready for a cashless society from next year?
Well, this means that the total value of mobile money transactions for the first 8 months of this year far outstrips the value of check transactions by more than 42 billion cedis. That's according to the Summary of Macroeconomic and Financial Data. This implies that consumers now prefer mobile money transactions rather than check clearing. Charles Nixon Yeboah looks at how banks must collaborate with telecom firms to drive the cashless agenda.
There's significant difference between the total value of mobile money transactions for the first 8 months of this year, estimated at 56 billion cedis, compared to 14 billion cedis for that of check transactions, clearly signals that consumers, particularly retail customers, are now opting for Momo transactions rather than check clearing. Going forward, check transactions will largely be used by wholesalers or corporate consumers that have no choice but to issue payment with it, while retail consumers will prefer Momo transactions for payment and withdrawals since it is instant and faster. As check clearing dips, banks will lose some revenue as they may not get the required fees from the transactions they used to obtain before. They will therefore have to find innovative ways by introducing their own electronic money transactions or encourage the telecom firms to keep their Momo transaction funds with them for a reasonable period so that they can earn enough floating income. On the other hand, banks will need to collaborate with their telcos in order to modernize the mobile money or SMS banking to rope in more consumers. The central bank's data also revealed that registered mobile money users as of the end of August this year stood at 34.5 million, but active users stood at 15.9 million. For eSwitch, the total transaction value in August this year was estimated at 579 million cedis. In terms of mobile money interoperability, that is undertaking mobile money transaction between two service providers, total transaction value was estimated at 685 million cedis in the first 8 months of this year. Gradually, many underbanked and unbanked segments of the population are being rolled onto the financial system due to the significant use of Momo for transactions by retail consumers in particular. So, with a gradual reduction in check transactions, the nation might be moving into a cash-light society.
Let's still stay with the financial sector because the Bank of Ghana is warning customers and the general public to be wary of an online trading of Ghana cedi notes and the coins currently in circulation. According to the central bank, it is the only institution with the right to issue and redeem Ghana cedi notes and coins in the country, according to the Article 183, Clause 1 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 35 of the Bank of Ghana's Act 2002, which is Act 612. There is more in this report.
According to the central bank, it is the only institution with the right to issue and redeem Ghana cedi notes and coins in the country. This is according to Article 183, Section 1 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 35 of the Bank of Ghana Act 2002, Act 612. The regulator is also cautioning persons engaged in the activity of selling online or otherwise Ghana cedi notes or coins currently in circulation, adding they must desist from doing so immediately. The central bank further advised any person who buys, sells, offers or attempts to buy or sell any Ghana cedi note or coin at a lower rate than its face value commits an offense. The culprit would be liable upon summary of conviction to a term of imprisonment not exceeding 10 years or fine not exceeding 2,000 penalty units or both. It, however, said the notice is not applicable to persons who engage in money exchange for the purpose of making some denominations available to others who need them. It advised the general public to take note and be guided accordingly. It will be recalled that the central bank gave a similar warning against transacting of business with defunct Men's Gold Limited, in which many people have today lost their investments.
You're still watching The Marketplace. Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta has indicated that he will work with the concerns raised by the Special Prosecutor Martin Amidu on the Japan deal only if he is formally notified. The Special Prosecutor has directed the Finance Minister to halt the initial public offering until some documents are produced. But speaking to journalists after a signing agreement with the EU for budget support, Mr. Ofori-Atta indicated that his commitment to abide by the law is tangible.
Well, that's the plan, so I stick to it until I can't move more. But expectation, I think it's an incredible period, the highest gold prices the world has ever seen. And so if you have that resource, what do you do with it? Do you bury it underground, or do you, use it for the benefit of our people? So we had a good presentation to the National House of Chiefs last Friday, and just socializing the narrative so more people will understand. But we will never do anything illegally, but we know it is the right way to go for Africa to open itself up to equity investors, which have a higher risk profile for that, and move away from the 70% debt that he's talking about.
We're reading that the SP says you have to hold on for a while. So there's some more assessments.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll need to, I haven't heard officially, from him on that. But we certainly are law-abiding, whatever we have to do, we will do. But we are confident that it is the way.
Now, the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has justified the current nation's debt stock levels as he attributes recent spike to banking sector cleanup and the COVID-19 as the main disruptions. Now, this follows criticisms about government handling of the debt stock after hitting over 200 billion cedis in July. But speaking on Asempa FM earlier yesterday, the Vice President insisted that the government has been able to manage the situation better by slowing down the rate of growth.
Yes, we are managing that debt much better. Of course, Obi, of course, the debt stock has increased for a number of reasons, and we cannot, hide from it. When the NDC left office, they had negotiated power purchase arrangements. How much? 60% of what they had negotiated, we didn't need. So we were left with excess capacity charges, close to $1 billion a year for power we don't produce. There's not much we can do. The financial sector bailout has cost this country about 21 billion. Financial sector, 21 billion. Now we face the situation. Do you say you won't pay? Banks, savings and loans, microfinance, or do you pay? You don't have a choice. You pay the depositors. There were only 4.6 million depositors. Now almost sika aka. Banks, savings and loans, and microfinance. So 21 billion Ghana cedis. We had to find the money to pay. So you have all of this major infrastructure that we are also doing in there. So the debt stock, yes, in nominal terms has gone up. We are managing it very, very well. And the macro impact, you're not just looking at what does it mean? Does it mean inflation has gone up? No, it doesn't mean inflation has gone up. In fact, inflation has been coming down. Does it mean interest rates have gone up? No, it doesn't mean interest rates have gone up. They've been coming down. Does it mean the exchange rate is depreciating faster? No, it doesn't mean the exchange rate is in fact depreciating by 50% less than what we had under the NDC. And in fact, Obi, this year is the most amazing thing has happened, notwithstanding COVID and everything that this economy is going through as we handle COVID. The exchange rate depreciation so far this year is around 2%.
Well, Ghana will be receiving about 92.9 million euros from the European Union for its economic recovery for the impact of COVID-19. Now, the cash, which is expected to hit the country's treasury account soon, will help support its fiscal program, which has been challenged due to the rising expenditure. Part of the fund is also aimed at supporting the security agencies of the country for the December elections. Ambassador for the EU delegation to Ghana, Diana Akonchia, in a short ceremony to sign the agreement, commended the country for its strategies in handling the COVID-19 pandemic. She promised that EU will disburse more funds to support the budget programs of the government. There is more in this report. The funding is the European Union's contribution to Ghana's crisis response and to address the economic impact of the pandemic. 87 million euros is earmarked purposefully for economic recovery, whilst 5.9 million is for security support to the northern borders.
Assembled to mitigate the devastating effect of the COVID-19 crisis in Ghana, this budget support contract between the government of Ghana and the European Union consists of a total amount of 87 million euro, nearly 600 million cedis, to help Ghana face the multiple impacts of the crisis and support a robust recovery that I see from the recent statistics has already started. And at this point, Honorable Minister, let me here commend your government and Ghanaians for their exemplary response on so many fronts in such challenging times.
Finance Minister Kenneth Ofori-Atta expressed confidence that the fund will help in closing the fiscal financing gap for the year.
Thanks for the support. It comes at a good time in which the impact has been the result literally of moving from a 4.7 budget deficit to 11.4. So it's quite draconian with revenues coming down and expenditures going up. But always realizing that you can't bring people back to life, so you need to spend to make sure that we do that. But I think beyond that was also President's assertion that the recovery must be swift.
The special emergency budget support is a single disbursement to Ghana. Now, the Advertising Association of Ghana is troubled by the near collapse of the industry, as the sector has been one of the hardest hit by COVID-19. President of the association, Mensa Togbo, disclosed this at the association's 29th annual general meeting under the theme Advertising Beyond COVID-19, Reintegrating Agencies, Brands and Consumers. Nicholas Brown has more in this report.
The Advertising Association of Ghana said the industry almost came to a standstill during the COVID-19 pandemic. According to Mr. Mensah, agencies have had to streamline their budget, and that affected their cash flows.
Like any other industry, there are rules governing it. I think there are rules. You cannot just get up because you have been to school and you can read and write, set up an agency without you and your wife and no qualifications. Then you start, because what you do as an agency impacts on a nation, impacts on people. So you have to do it professionally. So there are rules guiding it. Again, if you are an outdoor advertising company, you install billboards. There are rules in the industry. You know, for example, now you see a lot of billboards just everywhere because the rules are not approved by Parliament. So once we have the bill, like any other country, Nigeria, South Africa, Europe, there are rules. But now because there's no bill, anybody can get up and do what he wants.
The association also expressed worry about the absence of the bill, which it described as breeding unregulated and unprofessional activities in the advertising sector.
Any industry, especially in our industry, advertising, when there's a problem, the first thing every company does is to cut the marketing budget. In January, people had good budgets. Then all of a sudden, by February, COVID-19 came in. I don't know anybody here who didn't suffer. We all suffered. Budgets were cut, some 80%, least was 40%, but most 80-50%. Because the companies didn't even know that they're going to continue to work. Therefore, our industry was at the edge of just total collapse.
Nicholas Brown reporting for Joy Business.
Now, the state-of-the-art Boeing 787 Dreamliner of Qatar Airways has officially commenced 4 weekly flights to Accra via Lagos. Now, this makes it the 4th destination to be launched in Africa by the national carrier of the state of Qatar. Here is our quick take for today.
Qatar is happy that what we're doing, we're on the right path. I think it's also an indication or manifestation of the prudent management of the economy, confidence in the way things are being done in Ghana, to come and help us grow our national economy. We're looking at this as an indication of competition. We've had many airlines flying in and out of Ghana for a long time. We have not been particularly happy about the high cost of flying in the sub-region and the lack of connectivity. I think Qatar is coming in to let us know that with the growth of aviation, particularly based on the vision of His Excellency the President.
And that's how we end this edition of The Marketplace. I'm Charles Aite. Do stay because we have Election Brief coming up next with Arabelle Kumson.